My name is Lisa Williamscraig, and I'm a teacher at Pacific Rim International School in Emeryville. One of the things that's so great about peace practices is how it comes back to you from unexpected directions. Case in point, earlier today, the class was having a bit of a rough time. We've been rehearsing all of our skits and dances for the spring festival in 2 weeks and working on costumes and painting, and we have new children transitioning in. And as always happens when things are a little topsy-turvy and new, some materials got dumped out on the floor by accident, and two girls bumped heads, and there was a lot of chaos this morning. And so I got all the children to come to circle and settle down so we could have a little class meeting. And I said, I'm going to teach you a new word. It's called discombobulation. And after they giggled, I said, no, discombobulation. Please repeat. And they all said, discombobulation. I said, yes, discombobulation is that feeling when lots of things are going on and everything is all jumbled up and it feels really uncomfortable. Raise your hand if you felt that way this week. And everyone raised their hand. And I said, yeah, there's so much going on right now with the rehearsals for the spring festival and costume making and new children coming in. And next week is going to feel even more discombobulated, and the week after that is going to be even more discombobulated. And when we're all discombobulated, accidents happen. Materials get dumped and people get hurt and everyone starts feeling really uneasy, and that's not a good way to feel. So if we were on the peace practices mat, what would we do when we felt discombobulated? There was absolute silence for a minute and no one was speaking. And then one of the youngest girls in the class suddenly beamed and her hand just shot up. And I was kind of surprised because she's not a child who actually is in peace practices yet. She still naps, and so the nap area is right across a partition from the peace practices mat, but her older sister is in the class and she watches. As soon as she wakes up, she watches the rest of the class through the partition. And I said, okay, Willow, what do you think you would do in peace practices if you felt discombobulated? And she said, listen. And she had that smile that children get when they know they're right. And I was thunderstruck. And I said, yes, that is absolutely right. The very first thing you would do is stop and listen. I said, what's the second thing you would do? And Wesley said, freeze. And we talked about how when you stopped to listen and make your body very still, then you could pay attention to everything that was going on around you and decide what would be the very best thing to do next. And it was such a wonderful teaching moment, and it was so fabulous that this girl who isn't even on the mat yet is still getting the lessons of peace practices and was still able to give the perfect answer to the question.